So welcome back. We're still speaking about Chapter 3, the history of women in healing America's narratives. I'd like to take a quick look at some of the early research on women's development as opposed to men's development, and refer back to a book some of you probably know of, Carol Gilligan's In a Different Voice, which was first published, I believe, in 1982. And just to cut to the chase, Gilligan was a student of Lawrence Kohlberg at Harvard, and in his work on moral reasoning, how people make moral choices, what Gilligan discovered was that there was an inherent bias built into the research that didn't differentiate how girls and boys, women and men, would navigate making a moral choice. So the example, the kind of famous experiment run was two children, in this case, 11 years old boy and a girl, were asked a question that if a man named Hines couldn't afford the drug he needed to save his wife's life, is it okay for him to steal the drug from the pharmacy? And what Gilligan found out, I'm going to share the screen here for a second, and there's a lot to this story. I'm going to just cut to the chase for a moment. Which she found out that the girl and the boy were really interpreting the question in very different ways. So in this green highlight, I'm just going to read part of it to you. She spoke about the nature and the power dynamic of the research interview itself, in which the girl is answering, this is a quote now, a different question from the one the interviewer thought had been posed. And the girl is considering not whether Hines should act in this situation. In other words, should Hines steal the drug, but rather how Hines should act. Should Hines steal the drug? So the interviewer is asking if it's okay to take the proposed action, steal the drug, and the girl is wrestling with whether other possible actions are available besides stealing. So you can hear that. I mean, it might be worth listening to this brief video again, if you haven't heard of Gilligan's work before or any of the research on moral reasoning. And stepping back even further, the 11-year-old boy, both the boy and the girl Gilligan describes as being bright, competent, solid kids. The boy used a very logical, evidence-based approach to deciding whether or not Hines should steal the drug. And the girl used an approach where she was really concerned about the relationships among the husband, the wife, and the pharmacy. So you can hear again that difference of the feminine and masculine energies. So that's just more evidence of the need to navigate and integrate both healthy feminine and healthy masculine, whether you identify as a male, a female, or you don't identify as either one of those as you navigate your own life. So I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for tuning in.